with the crew set, John?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Montgomery, state your name for the record.
John Philip Montgomery.
Mr. Montgomery, I guess by virtue of you being here, I guess we can agree that you retained our services to represent you in this election contest.
Yes, sir.
Were you a candidate for election in the November 2010 general election?
Yes,
Or
sir.
for election?
Yes.
What position were you running for?
County Judge Executive.
As a Republican or a Democrat?
Republican.
Okay. Now, this case has been joined with Randall Bob Jordan, who was the sheriff of McGoffin County, correct?
Yes, sir.
The fact that I'm representing both of you, or my office is representing both of you, were you two running as any type of slate together?
No, sir.
In fact, is he a Democrat or are you a Republican?
He is a Democrat, I'm a Republican.
In reality, was there any cooperation between your campaign and his campaign, or did you run your own?
I ran my own campaign.
Who was your opponent in that election?
Dr. Charles Harden.
Okay, was he the incumbent?
Yes.
And this is obvious, maybe obvious, but he's a Democrat and you're a Republican,
Yes,
correct?
sir.
In terms of how you campaigned, tell the judge a little bit about how you mounted your campaign.
I basically went door to door to McGoffin County. I used the local press, the television.
Did you buy any votes, sir?
No, sir.
Sir, have you been present in the courtroom where we've heard from confidential witnesses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6?
Yes.
Did you have any interactions with those folks whatsoever?
None.
Did you even know these people were on the face of the earth prior to the election?
No.
Okay. We've also heard the name Randy Salyer. Who is Randy Salyer? Is he a supporter of yours?
Definitely not.
Okay. In pleadings filed in this matter, I think the answer filed on behalf of Charles Harden is represented that Randy Salyer was a political supporter in the campaign, and Randy Salyer's wife is employed in the McGoffin Judge Executive's office. Is that correct for your knowledge?
Yes.
Were you aware that from your own, well, did you personally have any interaction with Randy Salyer?
No.
At some point in time, did you become aware that there was an unusual number of absentee voters casting votes?
I became aware of it election night when the final tallies were coming in
How did you become aware of it?
over television.
Were you aware of any unusual events occurring at the courthouse or in terms of absentee voting?
No.
Let's back up a little bit, sir. How were you employed?
I'm owner operator of James A. General Store.
Do you hold any official position in this county?
I'm chairman of the McGoffin County Board of Education.
How long have you been chairman of the Board of Education?
4 years.
In terms of the confidential witnesses 1 through 6, do they have any connection to you in terms of your Board of Education or in terms of your business enterprises?
No.
And did you spend any money to buy a single vote, sir?
No, I did not.
Did you hand out any $100 bills to anybody?
No.
Did anybody on your behalf, to your knowledge, hand out any unauthorized cash?
Not to my knowledge.
No further questions. Mr. President?
Mr. Montgomery, I think you operate a store,
Yes.
and I get it kind of like a country store.
The general store, country store.
All right. And prior to the election, did you extend any credit to, I believe, Patty Hubert Howard?
Hubert Howard. Nothing I know of.
And shortly, so I guess if you didn't do it, then you never demanded any payment of that bill.
Not to my knowledge.
Would there be anybody else in the store who would be familiar with who would be coming in there at a credit expense?
I have an employee that helps me out on occasions. Could
And who is that?
Carol Shepard.
And after the, now, before the election, did you extend credit to customers?
5 years to custom.
And is that a fairly extensive part of, lack of a better term, a country store?
Yes, it is.
And after the election, did you stop extending credit?
For a brief time.
And when you stopped extending credit, did you demand full payment of all the outstanding bills?
Yes.
And did you have more credit on the books than normal?
No.
Now, I believe you indicated that you are chairman of the McGoffin County School Board.
Yes.
And as, I believe you're, did you have an employee by the name of Vince Minix make signs for you?
I had a cousin named Vince Minix.
And was Mr. Minix an employee of the school board? With McGoffin County Board of Education school system?
Yes.
All right. And is the school board attorney your nephew?
Yes, he is.
And did you ask Leader Randy, did you have any interaction in the election with Minerva Vanderpool?
She asked me how to get an absentee ballot.
Tell me all about that.
She asked me how to get one. I told her to call the clerk's office. She did. She got her application sent to her.
And how did that arise?
By mail.
No, I mean, how did it come to pass that she
She came into my store and asked how to get one.
was? And was she one of these people you extend credit to?
Yes.
And you extended the credit to her at that time?
Yes.
And did you, now I believe you, ran on the Republican ticket.
Yes.
And it would be a fair statement that generally speaking, McGoffin County is a Democratic county with two Democrat factions. So anytime a Republican runs for office in this county, they sort of have an uphill struggle.
Yes, I would say so.
And I believe in I believe you ran against Dr. Hardin in 2006.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's my error. And in terms of absentees,